Welcome back to my channel. Today we explore the value of specific coins, the top 10 Washington silver quarter-dollar coins, value in today's market. So, let's get started. First up, the 1980 D Washington quarter in extra fine condition. Could this coin in your collection be worth a fortune? Let's find out. Before we reveal its value, let's get some quick facts about this coin. The Washington quarter was first minted in 1932, honoring the first U.S. president, George Washington. However, by 1980, these coins were no longer struck in silver, but rather a copper-nickel-clad composition. Despite that, the 1980 D mint mark from the Denver Mint remains a sought element in great piece among collectors for its scarcity in higher grades. So what makes the 1980 D Washington quarter special? It's not just its age, but also its condition. Coins graded as extra fine show minimal wear, especially on key details like Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers on the reverse. In today's coin market, condition is everything. Collectors are willing to pay a premium for well-preserved coins. An extra fine 1980 D Washington quarter could fetch anywhere between $5 to $10, depending on the buyer and the market demand. Now, while that may not sound like a jackpot, consider this. If you find one in uncirculated or mint state condition, the value can climb significantly higher, reaching $20 or more in some cases. So, always keep an eye out for pristine examples. To ensure your quarters maintain their value, store them in a protective holder, avoid handling them with bare hands, and always keep them away from moisture or harsh environments. Next up, the 1995 D Washington quarter. Yes, the one that's caught the attention of collectors, even in a very dirty condition. Could you be sitting on a small fortune? Let's find out. The Washington quarter has been a beloved part of American currency since 1932. But what makes the 1995 D quarter so special? Let's break it down. This coin was minted at the Denver Mint, marked by the D symbol right here, just under the date. First, let's clarify one thing. By 1995, quarters were no longer minted in silver. They were primarily made of copper and nickel. However, some proof sets and special editions used silver. If you think your coin is silver, it's worth double-checking because it could be a rare anomaly or part of a collector's set. What if your coin is dirty or heavily circulated? Surprisingly, even coins that look rough can still hold value. For the 1995 D quarter, key factors like mint errors or unusual die marks can make all the difference. Let's talk numbers. For a standard 1995 D Washington quarter, in dirty or circulated condition, the value is generally face value 25 cents. However, if you clean it up and it turns out to be in better condition or has unique features, you could get anywhere from $1 to $10 on the collector's market. But here's the kicker. If you find a mint error like a double die, off-center strike, or anything unusual, the value skyrockets. We're talking $50 or $100 or even more, depending on the rarity and demand. So what should you do if you think you have a valuable 1995 D quarter? First, don't clean it. Cleaning can lower the value. Instead, take it to a reputable coin dealer or submit it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC to get a professional evaluation. Well, that's it for today's coin hunt. Remember, every coin has a story, and some are worth more than you think. So check your pockets, search your jars, and don't overlook those dirty old coins. Who knows? You might just have a hidden gem. Next up, the 1983 Washington silver quarter, with a Denver Mint mark and a clipped planchette error. Let's dive into what makes this coin valuable, even in its dirty, circulated condition. So, what is a clipped planchette? It's a mint error where a portion of the coin's metal is missing due to an incomplete blanking process during production. These errors are highly sought after by collectors, especially when combined with other unique features like this 1983D Washington quarter. Now, let's talk value. A 1983 Washington quarter with a clipped planchette can sell for a premium, depending on its condition. Even if the coin is heavily worn or dirty, collectors value these coins for their rarity and error type. In today's market, a dirty or circulated example like this one could fetch anywhere from $50 to $150, depending on the size of the clip and overall eye appeal. For a cleaner example with more pronounced details, prices can soar to $300 or more at auction. However, a coin like ours, with visible wear and dirt, still holds significant value because clipped planchettes from the 1980s aren't as common as you might think. So, if you have a 1983D Washington quarter with a clipped planchette, even in less than perfect condition, don't overlook it. It's a piece of minting history that could put some extra dollars in your pocket. Next up, the 1998 Washington quarter with a P mint mark, specifically in extra fine condition. Curious to know its value? Stick around, and we'll break it all down for you. This is the 1998 Washington quarter, minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which is identified by that P mint mark. This particular quarter is part of the clad coinage series that started in 1965, meaning it's made of a copper-nickel blend, not silver. Even though it's not made of silver, the 1998 quarter still holds some value, especially in certain conditions. Sophie, to understand the value, it's important to know how coin grading works. Coins are graded based on their condition, and the higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. The term extra fine refers to coins that show only light wear on the high points of the design, but the details are still crisp and clear. In this case, the Washington quarter from 1998 should have well-defined facial features, and the eagle's wings should still be sharp. Now, let's get to the good stuff, the value. In today's market, the 1998 Washington quarter with the P mint mark in extra fine condition is worth around $3 to $5. This may not sound like much for a single quarter, but considering its condition, that's a solid price. Wasn't made the stratagem get into something that used to do? I have decided to save it for when I'm ready. Why does this matter? Because when a coin is in extra fine condition, it's seen as more desirable by collectors, especially when it's well preserved like this one. While the 1998 quarter isn't a rare coin, collectors tend to focus on coins that are in great condition. The more pristine the coin, the more likely it is to hold its value or appreciate over time, especially when it's part of a larger collection. If you've got a few of these 1998 quarters in extra fine condition, they're certainly worth holding on to. So there you have it, the 1998 Washington quarter with a P mint mark in extra fine condition. It may not be a super high value coin, but it's still a great find, and in the right condition, it's worth much more than just a quarter. Next up, the 1989 Washington silver quarter with a D mint mark, specifically in very fine condition, and looking at how much it's worth in today's market. Let's get into it. The 1989 Washington silver quarter dollar with the D mint mark, issued by the US Mint in Denver. While it's easy to overlook this coin in your collection, there are some key factors that can make it stand out. Let's first talk about the minting and its silver content. Now, the 1989 Washington quarter is not made of 90% silver like earlier quarters from 1932 to 1964. In fact, it's composed of a copper-nickel blend, but the real value lies in its mint mark and condition. When we talk about a very fine condition, we're talking about a coin with sharp detail, but with some signs of wear, maybe slight flattening on the high points of the design. So how much can you expect to get for this coin in the market? Well, the 1989 Washington quarter with a D mint mark in very fine condition is not considered rare in terms of overall mintage. The US Mint produced a hefty number of these quarters, so you won't see astronomical values. However, collectors are still interested in them, especially when they're in good condition. As of today's market, the value for a 1989 Washington quarter with a D-mint mark in very fine condition ranges anywhere from $3 to $5. Of course, the price can fluctuate based on factors like demand, specific auction sales, or if the coin has any special characteristics like unique toning. But don't be discouraged if you find one of these in your collection. While it's not the most valuable coin, it's still a great piece to own and can add a little more value to your collection when you have multiple quarters from different years. If you're serious about coin collecting, make sure to pay attention to these small details. They can make a big difference over time. Next up, the 1977 Washington quarter, specifically the one without a mint mark. If you have one of these in your collection, you're probably wondering just how much it's worth in today's market. Let's break it down. First off, let's quickly go over what makes this coin interesting. The 1977 Washington quarter is a part of the series featuring the iconic image of George Washington. What sets this coin apart is the fact that it has no mint mark, meaning it was produced in Philadelphia, as opposed to Denver or San Francisco. Now, the condition of the coin is a major factor when it comes to determining its value. A 1977 quarter in very good condition, meaning it shows noticeable wear but is still recognizable, will naturally be valued lower than a coin in near-mint condition. It's important to remember that while the 1977 Washington quarter is not a silver coin, in terms of the 90% silver quarters we're used to hearing about, it still has a significant amount of copper-nickel alloy content that can impact its intrinsic value. However, this quarter doesn't hold much silver value because it was minted after the 1964 change, when quarters were no longer made with silver, derived from the use of platinum. So, what's the 1977 Washington quarter without a mint mark worth today? Well, if your coin is in very good condition, you're looking at a value of around 25 to 50 cents. The reason it's valued in this range is that it's a common coin and the lack of a mint mark doesn't add significant rarity to the mix. Can't demand her pageantry. If you find one in better condition, say in extremely fine or uncirculated condition, you could see the value jump into the $1 to $5 range, depending on the market and demand. To sum it up, a 1977 Washington quarter without a mint mark in very good condition is not a super valuable coin, but it's still a cool piece to have in your collection. Whether you're just starting to collect or you've been into coins for years, this quarter is a nice, affordable addition. Next up, the 1990 Washington silver quarter with a D mint mark. Now, this might not sound like a rare coin at first, but when it comes to values, it's all about the details. So, let's take a closer look at this 1990 Washington quarter and break down its value in today's market. First off, let's quickly cover what makes a quarter like this stand out. The 1990 Washington quarter, minted in Denver, features the famous portrait of George Washington by John Flanagan on the front, with an eagle on the reverse. And of course, it carries that iconic D mint mark indicating it was struck in Denver. Even though it's a part of the standard 1990 circulation, this coin contains 90% silver, which means it holds a bit more value than just face value. Now you're probably wondering, how much could you get for a 1990 Washington quarter with the D mint mark in normal damage condition? Well, let's talk about that. In normal damage condition, or what collectors call circulated condition, a 1990 Washington quarter is still worth more than its face value, thanks to its silver content. As of today, the market value for a 1990 quarter in circulated condition is around $3 to $5. Now, the value can fluctuate based on the current silver market prices, but remember, even with wear and tear, the silver content is what gives it its extra worth. Silver prices do play a big role in determining the value of silver coins like this, with silver prices hovering around $24 to $26 per ounce. That gives a base value of about $2 to $3 just for the silver content in each quarter. Add in a small premium, and you can expect the range I mentioned earlier to $3 to $5. However, if this coin were in better condition, say with less wear, and possibly even graded by a professional service, it could be worth even more. But in terms of a normal circulated coin, the $3 to $5 range is a solid estimate. The 1990 Washington quarter with a D mint mark might not be a high-value coin in normal damage condition, but its silver content gives it a nice little boost in the market. Always keep an eye out for coins like these, especially if you're just starting to build your collection. Next up, the 1968 D Washington Silver Quarter, specifically in a black color shade condition. You might be wondering, what's so special about this coin? Well, let's break it down and find out just how valuable this quarter is in today's market. The Washington Silver Quarter was minted from 1932, and even though silver content is no longer the same, the 1968 D version still stands out due to its rarity and unique conditions, like the black color shade condition we're discussing today. First, let's quickly touch on the basics. The 1968 D Washington Quarter was minted in Denver, as denoted by the D mint mark. It's important to note that while quarters from this era were made with 90% silver, this particular coin was actually part of the transition away from silver content. So while it's not the rarest in terms of mintage, it has gained considerable value in certain conditions. But when we talk about the black color shade condition, we're referring to coins that have experienced a specific type of tarnishing or toning, which gives them that unique, darker look. While it might seem like wear and tear, this distinct feature can actually make the coin more valuable to collectors. Now, you might be asking, why is the black color shade important? Toning, like the black shade seen on some coins, is a natural process that occurs over time when a coin reacts to the environment, especially when stored in improper conditions. What's fascinating is that some collectors actually value this toned look as it gives the coin a unique appearance. Interestingly, the color and pattern of the toning can sometimes be seen as a reflection of the coin's age, history, and how it was stored over the years, making it even more appealing to collectors who appreciate these nuances. Alright, now for the big question. How much is this coin worth today? The value of a 1968 D Washington Quarter in black color shade condition can vary depending on its grade and the intensity of the toning. But based on current market trends, a coin in this specific condition can be worth anywhere from $20 to $50 or more. Some higher-end examples, especially those with deep, distinct toning, have been known to fetch even higher prices at auction. Keep in mind, condition is key. So a well-preserved black-toned coin in near-mint condition will certainly bring in more money than one that has experienced heavy wear. So, there you have it. The 1968 D Washington Silver Quarter in black color shade condition can be a real treasure in the coin collecting world. If you happen to have one lying around in your collection, it might be worth taking a closer look. With its unique toning, this coin can definitely stand out in the market. Next up, the 1985 with a D mint mark in extra fine condition. Stick around as we explore how much this coin is worth in today's market. The 1985 Washington Quarter was minted as part of the regular circulating coins, and it carries an interesting piece of American history. It features a profile of George Washington on the obverse, designed by John Flanagan, and the reverse showcases a majestic eagle, both iconic symbols of American heritage. Now, this specific coin has a D mint mark, indicating it was minted in Denver, Colorado. While most of the 1985 quarters are common, the key to their value lies in their condition. Today, we're focusing on the 1985 Washington Quarter in extra fine XF condition. Let's quickly talk about what extra fine condition means. In the world of coin grading, Extra fine refers to coins that show signs of moderate wear but still retain most of their original detail. On a Washington quarter, this means the high points of George Washington's hair, the eagle's wings, and the lettering are still crisp and clearly visible, but there might be some light wear on the highest areas. Now let's get to the big question. How much is the 1985 Washington quarter with the D mint mark in extra fine condition worth today? In the current market, this coin typically ranges in value from $4 to $6. The price can vary depending on factors such as demand, rarity, and the condition of the coin. A quarter in extra fine condition will fetch a bit more than one in average or worn condition, but it's not as rare or valuable as a coin in extremely fine or mint state condition. Now, why does the D mint mark matter? The mint mark shows where the coin was made, and in 1985, the Denver Mint produced a significant number of these quarters. However, the D mint mark is still important because it tells collectors where the coin originated, and some collectors might prefer specific mint marks. So, if you have a 1985 Washington silver quarter in extra fine condition and you're thinking about selling it, where should you go? You have a few options: local coin dealers, online marketplaces like eBay, or auction houses. Make sure to get your coin professionally graded if you're unsure about its condition, as it could significantly increase its value. In summary, the 1985 Washington quarter with a D mint mark in extra fine condition holds a modest value of $4 to $6 in today's market. While it's not a rare find, it's a great coin for collectors looking to complete their set. As always, remember that the condition of your coin is key to its value. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more coin collecting content. See you, and next time, happy collecting.